Hello YouTube. We have another laptop video. Except this isn't exactly a laptop, it's a netbook. An HP netbook, business class. And this is indeed an HP 2140. And this was owned by a school at one point, but that label's been taken off. This is the business version of the HP Mini 1000, if you remember that from the netbook craze back in 2008 and 2009. The outside casing is made of brushed metal, so you actually have somewhat of a metal case, but the inside here, that's plastic. Here's the keyboard. It has a very nice keyboard. The keys are nice and big shift key, big backspace, everything. Very, very nice keyboard. It has a very, very small battery, as you can see. Comes with a 3-cell battery, which is, this battery sucks. It has 28 watt hours. That's garbage, but I'm sure you can get better batteries for this thing. As you can see, it has a glossy screen, which I don't particularly like, because as you can see, there are fingerprints all over it. Comes with a typical HP power brick, with a 3-prong plug, which is pretty nice, actually. So let's plug her in and I'll show it to you. Now, installing Windows with a USB stick onto this computer was not fun or easy. Well, XP at least. Windows XP is very annoying to install on this thing, even with a CD, or external DVD drive. I ended up using WinImage to USB to install Windows onto a flash drive to get it on here. Okay, so we'll turn this on at some point, but first I should probably show you what's on this thing. First you have the keyboard, you have the trackpad here. It's one of those ones with the buttons on the side, which I don't mind that much, actually. There's a button here to turn it on and off. I don't know what that is. That's a caps lock indicator, I think. Yeah, it has to be. In the front here you have the power button. Come on, focus, you idiot. You get the power button. You have a hard drive activity light. The Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on and off switch, which is just a slider. That's what both of these are. Let me move this cord out of the way for a second. On the side you have an express card slot, which is very unusual for netbooks. You don't see those a whole lot. And below that's an SD card slot. Over here you have one USB port, Ethernet, power, and Kensington lock. On the back you get battery compartment and what looks like a dummy slot for cards of some type. Probably a SIM card slot or something. On the other side you get VGA, a fan, a USB port with a little nudge on the side for the docking stations that come with these, and of course mic and headphones. I don't have the docking station, unfortunately, because, well, I never got it with this thing. Plug it back in. See what it is. This is a very typical netbook configuration for back in 2008 and 2009. It has an Atom N270 at 1.6 gigahertz, and it originally had 1 gig of RAM and a 160 gig hard drive. I upped the RAM to 2 gigs and took it from Windows XP to Windows 7 Home Premium. So let's turn it on and take a look. There you go. There it goes. See, when Windows 7 has a low resolution, it goes back to the Vista bar. There it goes. Bonk. I'll tell you what, I do not like glossy screens very much, but they do have good brightness and good color compared to matte ones, although I prefer matte. And there we go. HP background and everything, just because it's better than the Windows background. There's the hard drive activity light. And this thing also has Intel GMA 950, which was very typical for netbooks at the time as well. As you can see, I've made Windows 7 look very XP-ish. I need to actually pin this to the start menu. There. So I can go into Firefox here. It's going to take a while because it's just mashing the hard drive from booting up. The driver's experience with these HP netbooks is very nice. I've never had an issue getting drivers from HP before. And there you go. I've switched to Firefox as my main browser, by the way. This thing runs Windows 7 very well. I highly recommend putting 2 gigs of RAM in it before you do so, though, just so that it runs a little nicer. I should probably empty the recycle bin there. But yeah, it's a very nice netbook. These business class HP ones are very, very nice. Although getting an operating system onto these can be very annoying, especially when it's Windows XP. Windows 7 you can get on there pretty easily with the universal USB installer, but for Windows XP you're going to want to use WinSetup to USB as the program to stick it on your USB stick. You can't simply you can do it from command prompt Windows, but it's far more complicated than just using that program. So that's what I recommend. Anyhow, this is just a brief look at the HP Mini 2140. Excellent little netbook. And it's business class, and business class is awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a good one, everybody. Ciao.